force.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey fam, how's it going? I hope all is well with you guys. So this is part 2 of my makeup basic series. So for this video, I will be talking about undertones. So if you guys remembered from my last video, or if you guys haven't, I would highly recommend that you go watch my last video in this series on how to pick your best foundation, because I did discuss the difference between undertones and skin tones. So I'll just briefly go over it here again. Undertones are not the same thing as your skin tone. Your skin tone is what determines how fair or dark a person is. So I would consider myself more in the deep tan or deep section when it comes to my skin tone. Your undertone now kind of determines the more like the temperature of your skin tone, which is why we always refer to undertones as cool, neutral, or warm. Those are usually the term that we hear when people are talking about their undertones. So undertones are the coloration that is underneath our actual skin. Now, if you are really into color theory, you might know a little bit about undertones. So if you're more cool, you're going to have pinks and blues and purple being your undertone color. And if you're warm, you're going to have more golden colors, yellow, even like an orangey green color as well can be found for those people who are more warm. And some people can actually be neutral or have a mixture of both cool and warm undertones. So those are like the basics. So now when it comes time to like figuring out our undertones, it can be very difficult for some people to figure out their undertones. And like I said, you can have more than one. So the best way I really would say to figure out your undertone is, some people suggest looking at your veins and seeing what kind of color your veins is. If your veins are more bluish or purple, you are considered cool. If you have more greenish or even like orangey looking veins, you'll be considered warm. I don't think that is a foolproof way of figuring out your undertones. It definitely can work, and if you are fairer in complexion, it usually is easier for you to figure out your undertones because they kind of come through like very easily, versus if you're more darker, it can be harder for you to differentiate between your skin tone and your undertone. So for those people who have a challenge figuring out their undertone, the best way that I would recommend trying to figure out your undertone is by comparison. So doing side-by-side comparison with people who are different complexion than you, and like seeing who looks warmer or cooler. And cooler as if they're cooler than you, but no, but like, is their complexion cooler than you? But I watched another YouTuber's video on this, and she did a really great job of like showing side-by-side comparison. So I'm going to link her video. Her name is Haley Kim, and she also linked a blog post that she had read about this idea in as well. I'll also link that in the description box for you guys to go check that out, because I think she does a great job as well explaining and doing the side-by-side comparison with pictures of her and her friends to show you like how you will go about determining, am I warmer or cooler than this person? So I think that's definitely something you guys should check out. But like I said, doing that side-by-side comparison would be the best way to go about doing it. Also, if you guys have a foundation shade that you think really works well, your foundation, especially these days, it tells you like the undertones in it. Like my foundation have a more warm undertone, and since it does match my skin pretty well, I would say I have warm undertones. So that's also something you can take into consideration. If you tend to buy foundation in a certain section, and if a lot of times they'll have like a W or a C for like warm or cool undertones, So I would also take that into consideration when you are thinking about what your undertone is. You might want to look at the foundation you're using because it might give you a hint as to what your potential undertone might be. But like I said, definitely go check out Haley's video, and you guys can also check out the blog post. I also did read through the blog post. It's more geared for Asians, but I think it would work for anyone, to be honest, because it just explains the process of comparing yourself and looking at other people and seeing how different the temperature of their skin look. Do they look warmer? Do they look cooler than you? And how to go about, like, you know, determining whether you're considered warm, neutral, or cool. But that is all I have for you guys. This is not going to be a long video. Check out my last video in this series, and I definitely do have a couple ideas of what I want to include next for this makeup basics series. If you guys have anything that you want me to do a video on when it comes to like the basics of learning how to do makeup, please leave a comment down below and let me know, and I'll definitely get right on that for you guys. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching my video. I appreciate all the support so much, especially for those who comment. Your words mean so much to me, really and truly. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.